These are the 10 common mistakes you should avoid when traveling to Cartagena de Indias. This beautiful city located on the Caribbean coast of Colombia is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Latin America, thanks to its beautiful beaches, rich history, and vibrant culture. However, if you're not careful, you can fall into some common mistakes that can ruin your experience or, worse, be scammed by many locals there. So, if you're interested in going to Cartagena and don't want to fall for scams, stay until the end of the video because I will reveal the tricks to avoid being scammed in Cartagena and also how to get out of the airport at half the price.
What the fuck?
From not planning your trip well to not taking care of your health, these mistakes can cost you dearly. But don't worry, here we will show you how to avoid them so you can fully enjoy your visit to this wonderful city, along with the best tips to make sure you don't miss out on this beautiful city. As you may know, we went to the city of Cartagena a month ago, and you can watch the videos in the description of this video. We noticed many mistakes that every tourist should avoid. These are the most common mistakes you should avoid. Not planning your trip well. One of the most common mistakes travelers make is not planning their trip properly. It's important to research the city, its tourist attractions, its beaches, and its culture. You should also consider flight and accommodation schedules. It doesn't mean you have to plan every little detail meticulously. For example, we went and knew we would go each day with some things we could do along the way, like visiting another city, which was the beautiful Barranquilla. By the way, I'll leave the link to the video above if you want to watch it. Booking your hotel in advance. As you may already know, Cartagena is the Colombian Miami, so it's often crowded, and you won't easily find accommodation if you don't book in advance. I advise you to do it beforehand. Believe me, it will save you a lot of time and money. Not carrying enough cash or local currency. Although most places in Cartagena de Indias accept credit cards, it's important to carry enough cash for emergencies. You'll also find many street food vendors where you can eat affordably. Remember to always ask before buying, and it's highly recommended to exchange your money for Colombian pesos. It will make your life much easier. Only thinking about the walled city or Boca Grande, and while they are beautiful places to stay, if you're a traveler like us, it's unlikely that you'll be able to stay there. So, I also recommend checking out the Getsemani neighborhood, a beautiful neighborhood within walking distance of the walled city. Marbella is also very close to the walled city and has beaches right in front of it. With this tip, let's move on to the next one. Cartagena doesn't only have beaches in Boca Grande. One common mistake people make is only going to Boca Grande for the beach, and since it's one of the most touristy beaches, it tends to be very crowded. But there are other options like Marbella Beach, which is very close and easily accessible by public transportation. It's excellent to visit and costs less than half the price compared to Boca Grande. There are also the beaches of Crespo, which are a bit further away but still great options. Not wearing appropriate clothing. Another common mistake is not wearing the right clothing for the climate and culture of Cartagena de Indias. It's important to wear lightweight and comfortable clothing, especially for sun protection, as the sun can be intense there. Thinking we're in Europe, Cartagena has become a popular tourist destination, which means there is a higher possibility of theft, especially on the beaches. Never leave your belongings unattended. Avoid food scams. This is the most critical and lengthy point of the entire video, but I'm going to give you some tips to prevent it. First, food scams. Never, and I mean never, order anything without asking for the price first, and once you ask for the price, pay the agreed amount. Don't believe any additional charges at the place. If someone approaches you to give you something for free, run away from there. In Cartagena, there's nothing for free, not even massages or oysters. Don't accept unless you genuinely want it, and if you do, apply the previous advice and ask beforehand.
Perdón, carnal, una cosa, hombre, discúlpame.
Lastly, the famous palanqueras. If you see these beautiful women in their colorful dresses, never, and I mean never, take a photo with them without agreeing on the price beforehand. This is not free, as I mentioned before, and especially not the photos with them. So, agree on the price, which can be around 10,000 to 20,000 pesos per palanquera. Don't assume it's for the whole group. If you want to take a photo with these women, ask for the price first and then take the photo. Scams with tours. This is another headache. Firstly, try to book tours with certified agencies. To verify, ask for something called the National Tourism Registry, where they register the company in a national database. You can also check the official website with that number, and I'll leave the link in the video description. Additionally, ask in multiple places and compare prices. Always be skeptical of the cheapest price. As a recommendation, if you take a tour, go for the safe option and look for an agency with a physical office. You'll be a bit more secure. And this trick is the most brutal one. Use mobile applications to get around. In Cartagena, the city doesn't use a taxi meter, so if you take a taxi without agreeing on the fare before getting in, they will charge you an exorbitant amount. That's the Colombian expression for being charged a high fare. With apps like Uber or InDriver, everything will be easier. And the most awaited tip: how to get out of the airport at half the price. It's very simple. When you arrive at the Cartagena airport, go to the car pickup area. The airport is located within the city, so if you walk just a block, you're already within the city. When you request a car through the app at the airport, the fare is around 24,000 pesos, give or take. But if you walk 1 or 2 blocks away, you'll only pay around 11,000 pesos. Yes, just 11,000 pesos. So, if you like these tips, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing as we have more content about Cartagena and things you can do there, which I'll leave here for you. So, don't hesitate to keep watching the other videos. Thank you very much, and see you next time.